Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Terra386 here. Now, I'm going to be talking to you guys about why Krillin deserves more respect as a character. Now, guys, let's be honest. A lot of people lost respect for Krillin over the time from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z and, Dragon Ball Super, etc. And, it's like, I'm going to tell you guys today why this guy deserves way more respect, as he is kind of frowned upon in the series. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of Krillin fans out there, but for the most part, this guy is hated on. Now, let's move to part 1, or step 1, whatever you want to call it, when he was fighting Nappa. Now, when the Saiyans stepped into the series, of course, other than Goku, these were a new type of enemy. These guys were from different planets and shit. So, Krillin fighting Nappa, in my opinion, was a very heroic thing, because you gotta keep in mind, Nappa was rushing at Gohan. Krillin vanished in front of this guy and kicked him in the jaw and was landing hits on this guy. Now, a lot of you guys are always saying Krillin's weak. Well, keep in mind, Krillin's power level at this time was only 1,000 something. I believe 1,080 if I'm not mistaken. And Nappa is at 4,000. For Krillin to be able to damage this guy, and keep in mind have the ability to possibly kill him with the Destructo Disc, but we're not going to get into that. By the way, that doesn't mean Krillin is stronger than Nappa at this time. It's just the power level of the Destructo Disc. So, now, reason I consider this heroic. Now, I didn't really add the fight with the Cybermen in here. I was more aiming for the more main villain fights. So, yeah. But when he destroyed the Cybermen, that was definitely one of Krillin's highlights of the whole series. That was one of his greatest moments, defeating all three of those Cybermen. Considering the fact he missed the fourth one, but the fourth one escaped, barely. So, the reason why it's important that he fought Nappa is that he bought Gohan some time. If Krillin hadn't stepped... I said if Krillin, bruh. If Krillin hadn't stepped in, Gohan might have died in the Saiyan saga, and, who knows what would have happened next. That's why I consider this a very, very important moment, and why he deserves respect. And, anyway, guys, we're going to move on to the next part. Of course, I'm talking about Namek Saga, where Krillin really had a shit ton of character development. Now, I'm going to be talking to you guys about when him and Gohan fought Captain Ginyu in Goku's body. Now, why this is important. A lot of people really just look at Krillin's messes-ups or fuck-ups, however you would like to say it, and, I'm going to be talking more about the things that he did right. Because in my opinion, Krillin had way more epic moments and moments showing that he's a great character versus what some call his owned counts. And, honestly, y'all, I think the whole Krillin owned count thing, don't get me wrong, I love TFS. It's an awesome series, but, I feel like adding that owned count thing was a load of bullshit because, let's just, start hating on one character. Yeah, that'll help his fan base and make the character seem cool. But, guys, this ain't really about making Krillin seem cool. I'm just talking really about why this guy deserves way more respect than what he currently gets from the Dragon Ball Z community. The Dragon Ball Z community has hated on this guy for so long, and reasons which I still don't understand to this day. And don't get me wrong, yes, I changed my name, but that has no... the reason is simply, it's not that I lost respect for Krillin or nothing like that. I still have a shit ton of respect for Krillin as a character. Now, the reason why I feel like he deserves respect is, you guys gotta keep in mind, this guy is just an Earthling. Like, the most basic race in the whole show. It don't get more basic than this, you guys. And honestly, him fighting all these aliens and super powered aliens and stuff is, in my opinion, an amazing accomplishment. People like, well, Krillin should have trained more and stuff. Yeah. You gotta keep in mind, man, this guy got a family that he cares about and has to take care of. That's why I feel like that's partially a reason. Anyway, let's move on to when he was fighting Frieza. I was going to put second form Frieza in this, but, you know, as you can see, he's not in Xenoverse. So, this is one of the moments where Krillin really shined. Now, we can just imagine for a moment, this is second form Frieza. He chopped off his tail and really just had a ton of shine. And, you know, saved Gohan. And, you know, honestly, guys, like, the whole Namek saga is really where Krillin was doing a ton of awesome stuff. Now, a lot of people always talk about him dying a lot. Now, keep in mind, every death of Krillin has really had an impact on Goku. Now, when I say that, when he died in Dragon Ball, that had Goku just infuriated, just so mad, you know, and he killed Tambourine. Then, we see in the Namek saga, he goes Super Saiyan. Him going Super Saiyan opened a door to many things in the series, meaning, okay, let's say Super Saiyan didn't exist because Krillin didn't die. That wouldn't have influenced Vegeta to get as strong as Goku and then eventually go Super Saiyan himself, right? So, in my opinion, he's partially the reason they even defeated Cell and shit, because who knows, maybe Super Saiyan wouldn't have been achieved if not for Krillin's death. So anyway, you guys, that's definitely a reason, especially for you Saiyan fanboys. Super Saiyan, for all we know, might not even exist if our awesome bald-headed monk didn't die. So, let's move on to the next saga. Of course, I'm talking about Cell Saga, yeah. So, I was going to show Imperfect Cell, but you know how Xenoverse is, missing all these characters and whatnot. So, we're going to be talking about Perfect Cell. Now, keep in mind, you guys, this is when shit in Dragon Ball Z is really starting to get extra serious. Where, if you're an Earthling, you basically can't stand up to the villains anymore, you know? And Krillin infuriated at the fact that, you know, this guy absorbed 18, you know? He rushed at Cell, and although he was failing, you know, to defeat him and whatnot, I still feel like that's an epic act of heroism, because, I mean, honestly, you guys, name one other Earthling that really rushed up to Cell in that whole saga. I mean, if you want to say Tien, I don't consider that a rush up. He really just snuck him with Tri-Beam. But no, Krillin ran in straight first, trying to basically do like victory rush on him, and I thought that was epic, you know? in my opinion, Krillin should have got to hurt Cell a little bit. I mean, that was such an awesome moment in my opinion. Now, before you guys go hating on Krillin saying he's weak, Trunks was trying to hit Cell too, and it wasn't doing jack shit either. So, just saying to you Saiyan fanboys out there. And, you know, honestly, like, does this guy not deserve more respect? I mean, this guy's rushed up to every form of Cell. He even tried to fight every form of Frieza except for full power Frieza as he was dead. So, we'll be moving on to his fight with the Cell Juniors. One of my favorite fights. Now, the reason that's my favorite, keep in mind, you guys, these guys, like, these little Cell Juniors, I get that Goku was tired after the fight with Cell, but if you look, Goku was getting his ass handed to him by a Cell Junior. If you played Raging Blast 2, I believe it's called Innocence Rush, he basically did that to him. And Krillin is holding his own for some time against these guys, you know? He's dodging him and keeping up and whatnot. Now, I know he eventually starts getting kicked and all that, but you gotta keep in mind, these guys are whooping Trunks' ass, Vegeta's ass, Goku's ass. They're whooping everybody's ass. And for Krillin to be able to hold his own against somebody, you know, this powerful, that's amazing. Someone without any power-ups. Now, before you guys start blowing up the comments and screaming at the TV, unlock potential! Unlock potential! No. I don't consider unlock potential a power-up, and here's why. Keep in mind, guys, the name. Unlocked potential. Now, come on, you guys. I'm not a genius either, but, I mean, I feel like that's definitely just shit he would have unlocked by the end of the Namek saga. As it really had no effect on him throughout the rest of the series. So, after this, of course, we'll be moving on to the Majin Buu saga, and why it's important for Krillin. Now, in the Buu saga, we're led to believe that Krillin has given up on fighting. All hope is lost. But he sacrificed himself in an attempt to buy everyone time so that they might have a chance at living. This is one of Krillin's heroic moments, hands down. This guy, like, I love the scene so much in Dragon Ball Z when he sacrificed himself. And a lot of you are like, Krillin got owned. Well, honestly, guys, how's it an owned count? The man sacrificed himself. Now, when we look at how Vegeta sacrificed himself, everybody's always like, Vegeta, so noble. And, keep in mind, Vegeta failed too. Krillin failed too. So why is theirs looked at differently? Exactly. I just don't see why their sacrifice is looked at differently upon the community. When they look at Krillin's sacrifice, they're like, Krillin died again. Typical. And, when Vegeta died, everybody's like tearing up with boxes of tissues and shit. I mean, guys, this guy deserves respect, man. This guy sacrificed himself just to attempt to buy everyone time. And as Krillin even said in that episode, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta couldn't even beat this monster, so what chance do I have against him? So he knew that he was probably gonna fucking die anyway, but he sacrificed himself in an attempt to try to save his friends. That is some heroic ass shit. Now this next fight I'm showing, although it is filler, I felt that it had to be shown. I mean, when Krillin fought Kid Buu, I felt that it was really heroic of him, and here's why. Goku said that if Krillin dies in the other world, since he is already dead, he'll be lost forever. In other words, just no more Krillin. Krillin's gone. Krillin dead. And, honestly, this man jumped in the air, threw a Destructo Disc at him, and although Krillin still kind of failed, I mean, you gotta admit, y'all, that is very impressive that this guy is basically willing to risk his entire existence just to try to save everybody that was in Otherworld at the moment. I mean, that's heroic, I mean, honestly, I just feel like that was an amazing scene, considering the fact that when is the last time Krillin actually had a power-up? In my opinion, never. This man still tried, and I feel like that's definitely a heroic feat to actually try to do. This guy was able to give Goku problems. Kid Buu was given Super Saiyan 3 Goku problems, and Krillin tried to save everybody. I feel like that is hands down impressive, and that's why I honestly feel like Krillin deserves more respect as a character. I really hope this video really helped people see why Krillin is a great character. And like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you guys think I should do more discussion videos like this. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this discussion, as I just said, and like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought of this video, and I will see y'all in another video.